Her therapist is feeding her mind with rubbish. She came and told me that I need to cut off my girlfriend and work on our marriage. She has said she has made a mistake, but she is creating boundaries for herself, and I should respect them. I said, fine, I will cut off things with my girlfriend. I obviously was not going to cut off things with my girlfriend just because my wife told me to, but I decided to keep things down low, but she called me again.
You wear like a mask or something?
We wear like beard guards and stuff like that, unless you only wear a respirator if you're dumping stuff like zinc oxide, MS500, something like that. And then it's another chemical where when it mixes with water, it heats up and the vapors and stuff spread in the air. But other than that, everything else is pretty straight. Some stuff in that stink, but it ain't nothing that's gonna mess you up for real if it get on you. Yo, welcome back to Likkle Table. I'm your host, your favorite neighborhood roster, and this week I have with me Cody Freshest Cracka in the box, making another appearance again. It's not his first or second one. This is your third, right?
I think so.
Yeah, you getting up there, bro. It's good to have you back for episode number 84. We're rocking and rolling. Just hit 21 subs on YouTube again on the new channel. Trying to get it back up to where it was on the old channel. Everything has been appreciative of thus far. And you know, we start the show off now. I present one item from the wall that means something to me, and I explain why. This week I'm going with Into the Wu-Tang Clan's first album / record / the first record I ever bought, the first vinyl, which is why it's up there on that wall. My favorite rap group, as you can see by them having the biggest poster on the wall as well. If you don't know, Wu-Tang Clan was a rap group founded in the 90s. It had a total of 9 members. They all had their different selective styles, which is what made them Wu-Tang Clan. Very pivotal part of hip-hop. And yeah, that's my presentation for this week. Now we can get into the show. How you been, pimpin'?
Pretty good. How you been?
Can't call it. I say living and learning, slowly elevating, making improvements, slowly but surely. How's life been treating you since the last time you appeared?
Ups and downs.
Life.
Yeah.
Life.
Overall, I mean, better.
Right. Your baby boy just graduated preschool. How does that feel?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of scary.
You know, you took the word right out of my mouth, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna feel the same way when mine get there. I know it's a bittersweet feeling.
Life gets scary when they get older.
Yeah, he building. Well, he already had character. He didn't have character for some years, but but it's like it's really coming into form now. He's starting to be more cognitive and understand stuff a lot better. You be having like real conversations with him.
Yeah, I try to.
He be receptive, or he still like be all over the place a little bit?
I don't know. I think he shuts down. I'm like kind of like aggressive and high strung.
Okay.
So he shuts down a lot with me. But with like Miranda or mom, I'll listen to them, and he's like super responsive.
Yeah. He might be a little soft spoken. He definitely is. From the conversations I've had with him, he don't really get loud unless he get excited.
And he's gotta like open up like around you for that to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely took heed. Yeah, come up to me randomly, give me high five, all kind of stuff. I just stand there in the room and just look at me and wait for me to say something to him. Hey, what's up? Nothing.
And then he'll be like, nothing, just walk away.
Yeah.
Something, what's up?
Yeah, what's going on, brother? Speak your mind. That's what's up, though. And you still doing the music and stuff? What's going on with that?
Yeah, I'm locked back in right now.
Yeah.
I've been in a hiatus, but I'm on the way back.
What you got playing?
I got a few songs I'm waiting to get back. I just made 3 songs.
Oh yeah?
I'm trying to finish this tape. I got a show in a couple weeks.
Oh yeah? Where at?
I forget the exact name. It's in Flagler.
Okay. That's what's up. You excited about that?
Pretty excited.
You gonna have a gang come up?
Brewing Company.
Okay. You gonna have a gang show up?
I sent it to them. I told them to.
They got dang better.
The last one they all pulled up to, I choked.
No.
Sometimes it's part of it, I guess.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
why I'm like,
yeah.
I just gotta go do it as many times
as it takes for you to get over it. Hell yeah, that's definitely part of the journey. I know myself personally, I've been there. I mean, I was in the 3rd grade, but it was my first time on stage at a talent show, and I recorded my own song and went to perform it at the talent show. And as soon as I was supposed to start rapping, I was just like, I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
What's crazy is like the first time I ever performed, it went like insane, and then I've never like had ever since then. I'm like, I don't know, I gotta work on my stage presence, and then I like know that while I'm up there, and I'll let it get to me, and then I'll start fucking up the lyrics. So I try not to, like, despite how most people rap nowadays, I don't go up there with my vocals on the track. Like, I just got the track, so I'm not rapping over my shit. Like,
you
I'm
actually performing. Yeah, hell yeah, that's respectable. Yeah, it's definitely part of it. It's something that a lot of artists go through that I'm pretty sure a lot of them just haven't spoke on, and a lot of them have. Hell, I've seen a lot of even comedians saying that they go up there and choke or do bad or get booed off the stage.
Even harder.
Yeah, hell yeah. Because there's a certain way you gotta set that up to make it funny.
And then it's like, the crowd is everything too, depending on where you're at.
Yep.
Who's in the crowd.
Yep. Not everybody has the same sense of humor. That's what's up, though. And you said the show was when?
2 Saturdays from now. 6/6. June 6th.
Okay. Might be able to make that. I'm off on the weekends.
It's pretty cool.
And FYI, I don't know if I told you yet, but technically I'm off probation now. They moved me down to administrative probation, which pretty much just means like don't commit no crimes. Like I can go where I want to go. I don't gotta check in monthly. I only owe them $55. No drug tests.
Man, I just had it out with the probation office. I done went and got my dad from Mississippi.
Yeah.
And he got to transfer his probation down here. He never even he was just driving through Mississippi. They pulled him over on the interstate and arrested him. It's like, you got to let him transfer down here. He ain't got no one in Mississippi.
Right.
So
he ain't even from there.
It took him 2 weeks to even call me. I'm starting to wonder. I'm like, damn, what's going on?
He was sitting in jail for 2 weeks before he called you?
Well, nah. He was in jail for I think 14 months.
Jesus Christ.
I went and got him. Okay. And then took him to the courthouse, got everything situated, took him to probation there. They transferred it.
Yeah.
And we're here for 2 weeks, and they called me. And I probably was kind of a dickhead. It's 100 degrees outside, and they're calling me in the middle of the day. I felt like he was kind of a dick, so I was a dick back. But he was
the probation officers usually are.
He's like, well, it says right here, this is your dad. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, well, he's not on your birth certificate. And I was like, okay. And he's like, so he's not your dad. And he's like, I mean, you can have 2 dads. And he's like, no, you can't. And I was like, you can have a sperm donor and someone who raised you. And he's like, so who is he? Obviously the one that raised me, dude. And then like, he's asked me a couple other questions and then hung up. And then like an hour later, like the Mississippi one called me. I was like, I seen the number instantly. I'm like, oh man. So like, she's like, oh, she was like pissed. She was like, these fuckers like denied his transfer request because they said you're not his son and yada yada yada. She's like, do you just have like another person I can put down? And I was like, I mean, he's technically staying with my other brother. They have the same exact name, senior and junior.
Right.
And she got like all excited and she was like, good. She's like, I want to be like a smart ass and put that in.
Yeah.
But that shit kind of pissed me off. How you gonna tell me who my dad is?
Yeah, the state of Florida in general is crazy work, especially when it comes to that law and courts and probation and jail and all that stuff. All of them grimy as hell.
If the state feel like that's not my father, why don't y'all go get the other dude and give me the goddamn child support he never paid? Let me get that.
Indeed, in full. Back pay. Definitely need that right now. Boy, if
I don't know, to my understanding, he might be at the limit where like he got too many kids to even do that.
True, and that's insane. Because how many kids do you have to have for child support to be like, just leave him alone?
I think it's like 9 or 10.
We just leave him alone. He handling enough. That's crazy work. But this episode is gonna be an Am I the A-hole episode. I have, I think, 3 or 4 passages that I'm gonna read from, and we gonna answer the question if they are indeed the A-hole or not. So the first one says, am I the A-hole for asking my future in-laws for money?
Nah. You gotta test the waters.
She says, my fiance's parents are loaded, old money loaded. They can afford what I'm asking, no problem. I make very good money at my job. I'm currently 27 and earn over 170,000 USD per year. Tim is a teacher. He doesn't make as much bit. I'm sure she meant but she put bit. He doesn't make as much, but he has a trust fund, so he works sort of as a public service. It's big in his family. Recently, I had a weird conversation with him and his folks. They think after the wedding, I should quit working and be a stay-at-home mom. I thought they were joking and kind of laughed. They are perfectly serious. They think it's emasculating that I earn more than Tim. Over the course of my career, I will earn much more than him, but his trust fund is low 7 figures. He could afford to pay me what I earn yearly, but he can't due to the stipulations of his trust. His mom, on the other hand, has lots of interest built up in her trust. So I offered a solution I thought was fair. They set up an unrecoverable trust for me. They must contribute my gross earnings yearly with bumps for anticipated raises and promotions. The deposits would be for the next 35 years. That was, I'm a stay-at-home mom. Tim is the breadwinner, and I'm protected in case of a divorce. They went effing nuts. Apparently, I'm ridiculous for thinking they will give me money. I offered a compromise. I signed a prenup wherein I am entitled to half of Tim's trust fund in case of a divorce if I give up my career. Also, not acceptable to them. I'm kind of at a loss. Do they honestly think I would give up my career with zero safety net? My mom says I'm being kind of rude putting everything in such stark monetary terms. I think I'm being reasonable. What do you think? Am I the a-hole?
I don't think so.
Me either.
Probably respectful to put your foot down and not just like too many times like a woman does get controlled into like losing their career
and then end up with nothing at the end of the day. So I definitely understand where she's coming from. She just want to be protected in case something happens, because you never know what could happen. And y'all come for money. What the hell is the... If y'all want y'all son to be the breadwinner, how about y'all make him get a better job? She got to stop working and stuff and be a stay-at-home mom because it's emasculating for him not to earn more than her. I don't understand. Retarded. I don't understand that. If my female makes more than I do, so the hell what? We're a team at the end of the day.
I'm staying home. I'm cooking, using the vacuum.
Literally.
What?
Especially if I'm still making my own money too. Like, she's not just financing me 100%. I'm contributing something. She just make more doing what she like to do. What the hell? I'm not finna make her stop doing that because I feel like I should make more than her, but I can't find a better job than she. No, that sounds stupid. You're just putting yourself in a difficult situation.
Yeah, because what if you get in a tight situation, you lose your job, you get sick or something, and then it's like,
who gonna pay what?
Y'all could have been comfy.
Because you want to feel like a man or be a man or don't want to be emasculated. Boy, get the hell out of here. She is not the a-hole for that.
I mean, that might have been his parents. Old people got different thinking.
Indeed. They come from a different time.
Or in this granny told us the other day when we were there, she was like, you let her go to Rockville by herself? And I was like, I mean, she wasn't alone. Like, right. She had friends. And she was like, well, you didn't go? She's like, that's unacceptable. She should never go nowhere without you. And I was like, on the way home, I was like, when was she born? And Miranda was like, I think in like the 30s. I was like, yeah, okay.
Yep.
All right.
But she ain't go nowhere by herself. There probably wasn't nowhere to go by herself, to be honest. Like, it's a whole different time and era. Oh my good God. Banana papaya. Alright, the next one says, am I the a-hole for threatening to dispose of my late brother's things despite my nephew's protests? She says, this is a sad time. She says she's a 42-year-old female. My younger brother, 39-year-old male, and his wife, 37-year-old female, passed away in a car crash half a year ago. Jesus. They sadly left their son, my nephew Dylan, 16-year-old male, behind. They thankfully had no debt and also left Dylan a paid-off house, a car, and their investment accounts. My brother and I haven't gotten along, especially in the last 10 years of life. We just drifted apart and became very different people, especially with our differing lifestyle choices. My brother's will wasn't updated in years, and it asked that if possible, after paying off any debts, that the rest of the estate was left to Dylan, and that me and my husband, 46-year-old male, take guardianship of Dylan until he turns 18. Dylan seemed okay with this arrangement, since I lived close enough for him to go to the same school. Dylan, unfortunately, is the product of his parents. He is polite enough, and his grades are good. But not great. He doesn't go out with friends and cause trouble. The problem is he doesn't agree with our house rules. We live with a very strict diet in this house, and we don't keep any animal products. Lord. Dylan asked if it bothers us that much to just give him a mini fridge and a hot plate and his own pan to cook meat in. I wanted to refuse, but my husband said we have to be understanding. I hate how my back porch smells like seared meat now. Dylan also keeps a photo of the first time he went hunting with my brother by his bedside. It's him when he was 12 with my brother posing with a dead deer. It's super creepy, and I confessed to my husband I want to lose the photo when Dylan's at school, but my husband told me not to touch anything of Dylan's. W husband. The biggest problem we had with Dylan came last week. We have been upkeeping my brother's house every week, the usual maintenance and utilities and property taxes. My brother had quite a collection of guns, was a hunter, things I do not agree with. They make me very nervous every time I go to the house. They are all locked in a gun safe, but I really just want to turn them all over to the police and be done with it. My husband said they belong to Dylan now, and Dylan said if I even touched them, he would contact his maternal grandparents, his parental grandfather. My father passed and my mother is in hospice care, and have them tie me in with lawsuits. I tried to compromise and let him keep just his grandfather's, my father's hunting rifle after I get it drilled out, just for sentimental purposes. That made him cuss me out. Dylan made good on his threat, and his maternal grandparents stormed in and said they were both willing to cash in their retirement funds, sell their house, and hire whatever lawyer they can to tie me up in probate court and protect Dylan's property. To keep the peace, I made an arrangement with them that Dylan's grandmother gets to stay in the brother's old house. In my brother's old house, Dylan stays with her, keeps going to school, and the grandparents take over the maintenance of the house and paying the taxes. And now Dylan refuses to talk to me. My husband said I showed an ugly side to him that he can't even believe, and we should have been helping Dylan. He kept saying Dylan was never going to be our child, that he was almost fully raised, and all we had to do was honor my brother's wishes of keeping him safe. I feel like the whole world is against me. Am I the a-hole for trying to keep my ideals and trying to impart them on my nephew? Yes, indeed. Yeah. Definitely. This is one in a long time that's been the a-hole. So
for sure.
Hell yeah.
Without her husband like putting his foot down,
she would have been crashing out.
She would have fucked. I mean, kind of. That's fucked up.
W husband.
I kind of feel like ain't no way that his dad didn't know his sister was like that. Don't eat meat. Don't like animal products.
That's probably why they hunters. That's probably why they.
And y'all are hunters.
Yeah.
You could have maybe. I mean, that was he didn't have nowhere else to go, but.
Yeah, she said something about the will not being updated before they passed or something like that. So they probably had other plans or wanted to do something different, just didn't put it on paper.
Like if the guns make you nervous, this dude been killing deer since he was 12 years old. I would go out on a limb and assume that he's trained with the guns.
How do the guns make you nervous in a gun safe?
It was in a safe. I was gonna say buy a safe
inside a gun safe.
He can put them in the safe.
They're already in a safe. She said
give the key to your husband.
She said she wanted to take the guns out of the safe to take them to the police. For what?
And then she said, I'll let him keep the grandfather's after it gets drilled out, which means you can't even use it like
for sentimental purposes.
No.
Because it's your father's rifle. Hell no. Yeah, ma'am.
Even way before that, I was thinking like, if he's 16 years old and he's had the same diet his whole life,
yeah, but bro,
you can't like just try to change his diet.
Yeah, you gonna mess him up. His body gonna react negatively. And then he was trying to compromise with her. Got him a little hot plate for the back porch. Did his little thing. And
that's crazy.
And then you wanted to throw away his photo or lose his photo.
Yeah, that was fucked up. Yeah, you're the asshole every time here.
Let me would have came home and a picture of me and my pops was going off my dresser. I know I ain't do nothing with it. I'm turning the whole house upside down with her in it. Dylan, you did the right thing getting the hell from around that lady. And I feel like you see now why your daddy didn't really mess with her like that for the last 10 years of him living. Because of that. She is way too like, it's okay to have your opinions and live your life and have your lifestyle, but when you trying to impose that on other people, like, that's when it becomes a problem. Now, I could see if he was like way younger, like 7, 8 maybe. Then it's like, all right, now you kind of have more say so because you got to raise him for a lot longer. But
yeah,
16,
at that point, it's 2 years.
This nigga about to be out of high school and out of there in a couple years. Like, he gonna stop eating meat for them couple years that he in there and go right back to eating meat as soon as he go to college. So what's the point?
Now it sound like, he got the house. Sound like they're living decent. Let his ass stay at the house.
Do what he want to do. Just make sure he go to school. And I feel like that's what the husband was telling her. That's all they had to do. Like, he didn't even have to come move in with us technically. Technically he's still a minor, but he has his own house if he wants to live in that house. Ain't nobody in there.
If it was like some shit like that where you gotta change your diet, I want to swallow all your shit. Just like let him get emancipated.
And she already said he don't cause problems. He don't go out with friends or nothing like that. So he not a troublemaker. And you want to take the only things that this dude holds a value and change it or get rid of it? Hell no, lady. And your husband should leave you. Because he probably doing a whole lot of stuff he don't want to do either on account of her. Which
be hitting the store every morning buying beef jerky.
Right, on the low, brushing his teeth before he get to the driveway. Next one. It says, am I the a-hole for not telling my wife that I knew she cheated a decade ago and not wanting to stop cheating? Wow. He says, about a decade ago, my friend discovered he's a 43-year-old male, she's a 40, they're the same age. My friend discovered my wife with another man in a bar being lovey-dovey. He informed me about it and showed me the photos. I wanted to confront her, but my friend told me to prepare for divorce before doing anything. I booked an appointment and even drew papers, but I never served her. My confidence was in the toilet and I decided to find another woman first before divorcing her, which I am now being told has a name. It is called monkey branching. I don't know how I feel about that. He says, when I started my own affair, I decided to end the marriage after Christmas. Then it became New Year. My new deadline was after kids' birthdays, but I never pulled the trigger. I realized that I liked my life. I get to have fun with my other woman while not worrying about relationship things with him. I have a steady girlfriend for the past 4 years who knows about my wife. Initially, I don't think my wife even noticed that I was having an affair, most likely because she was busy with hers. Then it became new normal that I will be gone with my buddy on hikes and stuff. My friend always covered for me, but his wife found out a few months ago and told my wife. My wife confronted me, and I just told her I knew about her affair, and I even have a photo. She was shocked, and then she started crying. I thought she would get off my back after that, but no. She told me that affair was a mistake, and she got carried away and stopped it. I told her I don't really care to know about the affair. She asked me to go to couples therapy, which I refused. She has started individual therapy. Her therapist is feeding her mind with rubbish. She came and told me that I need to cut off my girlfriend and work on our marriage. She has said she has made a mistake, but she is creating boundaries for herself, and I should respect them. I said, fine, I will cut off things with my girlfriend. I obviously was not going to cut off things with my girlfriend just because my wife told me to, but I decided to keep things down low, but she called me again. I guess she has become very vigilant. She gave me an ultimatum. I said fine. She didn't believe me. And she said and said she was wrong. And said she was not wrong. She asked me what I want in exchange, and I told her that I like my life. I'm not gonna change it one bit, and definitely not because she wants me to. I like spending time with my girlfriend, and I will continue to do so as long as I want. That boy going crazy. I just want her to be a wife. I just want her to be a wife that she has been for the past decade and don't come in my way. She asked me what I will do if she comes in my way. I said I would just go around her. She said I can't keep punishing her for one mistake, and I didn't say anything in return. I am not really punishing her. She is punishing herself. All she has to do is enjoy her life like she did for the past decade. Turn a blind eye and not care. I don't even mind if she gets a side piece for herself. As long as she is a good domestic partner, I am not going to leave her, and definitely not till the kids are out of the house. I am not doing anything she hasn't done, so I don't see why she is so upset. Am I the a-hole? That boy. Hey, yo.
He might be. He got a funny as fuck, man. I'm not gonna stop talking to my girlfriend just because my wife said so. What the fuck?
The literal definition of standing on business.
Just keep being a wife like you have been, alright? Go get you something. Ignore what I got going on.
Mind your business. What? Oh my God. Hey, I don't know your name, brother, but kudos to you, because I'm not gonna lie to you, he probably said a lot of things that a lot of men want to say, but are scared to say and shouldn't say.
He gotta be like he gotta have her, I don't know, no way she's just like still like, no, I want to save this.
Yeah, he gotta be the breadwinner. She don't got no job. Something. Cause what? This man.
And the other girl is like, I don't give a fuck. I'll just stay over here out y'all's way.
He probably paying her bills. I mean, I overstand him because the reason why he got her in the first place is because of what she did that caused him to like go down this whole, self-doubt. Am I that nigga for real? Like, and that'll definitely turn somebody up. But I don't know, boy.
I mean, get back, but it sounded like he just got his get back $100 over.
Yeah, man, he gonna continue to get his get back. Jesus.
He said her therapist is filling her mind with rubbish.
Telling her to tell me to cut off my girlfriend.
I was questioning it, and then at that point I was like, nah, buddy might be.
That boy might be on one. He I ain't gonna lie. She turned that boy into a beast. I mean, that's a product of her mistake. Then I mean, she gotta live with it now, but he gotta heal at some point, because as long as he doing that, he just avoiding facing the problem for real.
Probably not good for the kids too.
Right.
At some point they're gonna find out then.
Yeah. And they're gonna start putting pieces together like, oh, that's why this was like this, and that's why they was Jesus. The kids. And he didn't even say how old the kids was, so they gotta be young. Because he said he wasn't going to move out until they were probably young when they started. It had been 10 years. So they probably in their teens by now. Like high school age. I mean, that's around the time when parents start getting divorced.
They done held it out so long, they're like, fuck it, I'll tough it out 5 years.
Yeah. Till they graduate and I get the hell from. That's crazy. That boy was standing on big business. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. That was another episode of Likkle Table. I want to give thanks, first of all, to my guests for dropping in again, brother. I appreciate your presence. It's always a vibe. And I want to appreciate all my listeners, viewers, and supporters. If you're watching the video on YouTube and like what you saw, make sure you drop the like for me, please. Post your comments, share the video with your loved ones, and subscribe to the channel for us. Please get them numbers back rolling how they used to be, how we want them to, so we can start making some money off this. Start improving a little bit more. But anything has been appreciative. Everything will be in the future. If you're listening in on any of the other streaming services, an example, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, so on and so forth, make sure you drop ratings and comments for me so I can know what y'all thought as well, because y'all really be listening in. So I want to know what y'all got to say. It'll definitely be taken into consideration and responded to in the future. And a shout out to the provider of the ambiance, the Laws Cooper / the Laws of Music, for the pleasures of providing us with, our ambionic pleasures since episode 70 and then some. The boy got more music streaming on other streaming services, for example, YouTube, Spotify, all kind of stuff, constantly dropping. He's bad with a guitar. Lock in and tap in. Now also happens to be one of his homeboys as well. Coop. I'll be having his song playing in the background for every episode now.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes, sir. We're doing big things. And that was another episode of Likkle Table. I'm your host, your favorite neighborhood roster. We up out of here. Peace and blessings. I don't really like driving as much as I thought I did.
It's not right. Most people don't know how to drive. They take the fun out of it.
Right. You got to be too cautious. Hoping that nobody hit you and then.
Especially when you're in
And I'm a compounder. Pretty much what that means is.
That's where you have the suit on and shit.
Yeah. I'll be making skincare products like sunscreen and all kind of lotion and stuff like that. Like if you ever heard of Blue Lizard, a sunscreen called Blue Lizard, I done probably had a deal in making it. It's just cooking with chemicals pretty much.
Maybe I just say that because I work with it was all like grown men that would purposely let me learn it the hard way.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you got to though. Like you definitely learn better through trial and error.
That's definitely how I learned. So.
Yeah, because you don't want to mess up no more. I ain't doing that no more. Hell no.
Dude, when I fill the work truck up and if it's completely empty, it'd be like 120. I'm like,
yeah, hell no, boy.
I don't even want to swipe the company card. I'm like, really?
Nah. I'd be danged if I sit at a pump and watch it go to $120. When he said, of course, I'm not going to stop talking to my girlfriend.
He's like, I told her I would. Of course I'm not.
Because why would I? Like, well, what do you mean, why would you? That's crazy work.